Well, for more on this, we're joined by Sean Robinson from the Mental Health Foundation. Kia ora, Sean. Thanks so much for coming in tonight.
You're welcome.
Talking about bullying here, do people carry the trauma from any kind of bullying, even if it was decades ago?
Oh, look, absolutely. I mean, bullying in childhood and adolescence can have a really devastating effect on people. Essentially, you're talking about young people and children not feeling mentally, emotionally or physically safe in a school environment. And if that sort of, if the bullying is sort of attacking things about them as a person, so who they are in terms of the colour of their skin or their sexuality or their body shape or you know, those are things that cut fundamentally to a person's identity and can have a massive impact on their self-esteem and resilience going through the rest of their lives.
We've all heard stories about schoolyard bullying. Does this kind of thing still go on? Have attitudes changed at all?
Look, bullying remains a very big issue in New Zealand. When international studies are done, we routinely come in the worst sort of the worst five within the OECD. About half of all primary school children and 1 in 3 secondary school children report that they've been bullied within the last 6 months, and that's probably underreporting because it's not something that everybody talks about or is upfront about. So it's a very big issue. It comes in a lot of different forms. It's not just physical bullying. In many ways, the emotional put-downs, the repeated, even excluding children and young people, you know, and deliberately making them feel smaller, less valued. It's that repeated behaviour that does harm and
pretty
damage.
Common behaviour as well.
Yeah.
I think we've all heard about it. Do you have advice just on the other side for people who look back on their lives and think, you know what, I was a bit mean, shall we say? How important is an apology, or how can they sort of redeem themselves? Yeah,
look, I think bullying actually does damage to everybody. It does damage to bullies, it does damage to bystanders, and of course it does damage to the victims. And many of us are all of those things. It's not like there's a bunch of baddies over there and a bunch of goodies over there and a bunch of victims here. So, yeah, I think we all have to heal ourselves from what's happened, and certainly if you're identifying that you were a bully, then an apology to someone, I think, can be very healing for everybody concerned. But ultimately, the antidote to bullying is to create cultures within schools that are based around kindness, that are based around acceptance of difference, in fact, celebration of the diversity of who New Zealand children are. And, you know, we kind of need to create an environment where bullying can't thrive, rather than look for the bullies and try to sort of address that behaviour.
Just quickly, can bullies change then? Can you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had a wonderful experience in Pink Shirt Day this year, which, by the way, is growing. We now have 77% of the population participates in Pink Shirt Day. Wonderful anecdote where a parent sent us a message, said, a child hit my daughter in the playground. Then Pink Shirt Day happened the next day. That child contacted us by email and apologised and said they realised how wrong they were. We contacted them and, you know, created a little relationship there. So it's just a little spark of hope.
Yeah, exactly.
But things can change.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, thank you so much for your insights tonight.
Thank you.